Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Thursday, December 15, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. And make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Chattanooga vs Middle Tennessee. The Chattanooga Mocs are playing with confidence, winning 5 games in a row, propelled by a barrage of points. They are winning these games by large margins, as each of their last 4 has been by at least 7 points. The Blue Raiders have lost a few surprising games against Winthrop, Missouri State and St. Bonaventure. 2 of their wins were against non-DI foes. Furthermore, Chattanooga is the better offensive squad. They are averaging a solid 106.6 points per 100 possessions, compared to only 101.6 from the Blue Raiders. Also, the Mocs are playing strong defense recently, and the Blue Raiders continue to struggle from deep. They are only shooting 29.4% from 3-point range. The Mocs are holding foes to 39.6% shooting from the field and should contain an inconsistent offense. Take Chattanooga Mocs plus 6 points. I'm taking the over at 138 points. Middle Tennessee and Chattanooga average a combined 152.8 points per game, and both teams have gone over the total in their last 3 games. The Blue Raiders have also scored 60 or more points in 4 of its last 5 games, while the Mocs haven't posted less than 80 since November 26. Over the last 10 games in this series, the average total has been 145.4 points, with both teams shooting better than 45% from the field during that span. The total has gone over in 14 of Chattanooga's last 18 games on the road and 9 of its last 10 played in December. Take the over 138 points. Wisconsin vs Lehigh. In its first trip to Madison, Lehigh looks to shake off back-to-back losses and stun a top-ranked team in the nation. The Mountain Hawks dropped its 2nd straight game last time out against UMBC, 88-62, in their first home loss of the season. Sophomore guard Tyler Whitney Sidney, who ranks 2nd on the team and scoring at 13.1 points per game, recorded a career-high 23 points and team-high 4 steals in the loss. It's senior guard Evan Taylor who paces Lehigh with 13.5 points and 5.5 boards per contest. Number 22 Wisconsin recently earned a 3rd consecutive victory in its first Big Ten road game of the season against Iowa, 78-75, OT. It was the Badgers' 3rd overtime game already during this campaign, moving them to 2-1 when extra time is needed. Senior forward Tyler Wall posted a game-high 21 points in the win alongside 7 boards, while freshman guard Connor Esijan, 14p, junior forward Stephen Crowell, 12p, and sophomore guard Chucky Hepburn, 11p, each scored in double figures as well. Wall leads Wisconsin on the season with 14.6 points and 6.9 rebounds per game. It's a tough spread to stomach, but I'm going with the Badgers and giving the points. Wisconsin is number 35 in scoring defense, allowing just 61.3 points per game, and Lehigh has already failed to cover as a 17-point and 22-point underdog this season. For comparison, number 24 Virginia Tech held the Mountain Hawks to just 52 points in a 26-point win on November 10. The Badgers have also kept opponents to less than 60 points in 6 out of their 10 games this season. Lehigh is 1-4 at TS in its last 5 games on the road and 2-9 at TS in its last 11 played on Thursday, while Wisconsin is 6-1 at TS in its last 7 games overall. Take Wisconsin minus 23.5 points. Thanks to Sunday's win, the Badgers are now ranked in the AP Top 25 for the first time since last March. They're no slouches in games outside of the league, either. Wisconsin is 16-5 in non-conference games over the last 2 seasons, with 6 of those wins coming at home. The Badgers are currently averaging 67.3 points per game, while shooting 41.3% from the field and 36.1% beyond the arc. Take the under. Colorado vs. North Alabama. North Alabama opened the season with a 4-1 record, but 2 of those wins came against non-Division I teams. The Lions proceeded to lose their next 3 games, which all came on the road. They failed to stay within 18 points in any of those losses to UC Santa Barbara, Georgia Tech and Memphis. North Alabama has bounced back from that 3-game skid with consecutive wins over Morehead State and Alabama State. The Lions will travel to Ole Miss for their final game against a major conference team on Tuesday. They have now gone 6-13 in their last 19 games dating back to last season. Colorado has been among the most inconsistent teams in college basketball so far this season. The Buffaloes were stunned by Grambling as 14.5-point favorites in their second game of the year, but they bounced back with a win over Tennessee as 16-point underdogs. They have lost 4 more games as favorites since then, but they also sprung an upset against Texas A&M as 6-point underdogs. Colorado lost to Arizona State and Washington at the beginning of this month before beating Colorado State in a 93-65 blowout as a 4.5-point favorite last week. Sophomore guard KJ Simpson poured in 27 points. He has scored in double digits in all 10 games. Colorado has the talent to win this game in blowout fashion, but the Buffaloes have been far too inconsistent for me to back, particularly when they could be dealing with some rust after sitting out for the past week. They are facing a North Alabama offense that maximizes its possessions by avoiding turnovers, and the Lions tend to take a ton of shots close to the rim. Colorado has only covered the spread once in its last 5 games, while Northern Alabama has covered in 7 consecutive games in the month of December. The Lions are going to be motivated for a matchup against a big program, while Colorado might get caught looking ahead. Take the North Alabama plus 21.5 points. North Alabama just came out on top in a rivalry game against Alabama State, 71-63. They dominated the glass, grabbing 48 rebounds including 13 offensive boards, compared to only 31 for Alabama State. They gave up 13 turnovers, but it was offset by their free throw advantage, 25 attempts, with 16 makes, to only 9. They also allowed their opponents to shoot 44.4% from 3 on 18 attempts, something they'll have to focus on going forward. They narrowly covered the minus 6.5 spread, while the total went under 144. Colorado dismantled their in-state rivals the Colorado State Rams 93-65 in their most recent game. They nearly doubled the Rams' rebounds, beating them 42-23 with 13 offensive rebounds. They shot a crisp 56.7% from the floor with 16 assists on their 38 made shots. Their defense was impactful, grabbing 9 steals and 5 blocks, while holding Colorado State to 42.3% shooting overall. They easily covered the -4 spread, while the total went way over 143.5. You've read enough about the Lions' lack of defense, so I won't dive back into it here. That weakness has shown up in their betting trends, as the total has gone over 6 times out of 8 eligible games. Teams just score a lot of points against them. This is compounded by how fast these two teams play, both ranked in the top 25% of Pomeroy's adjusted tempo statistic. It's a battle between two teams that play fast and foul more than they should while averaging 70+ points a game. There's upside on the over.